us live right now in our set, the guy who was responsible for all those points during those 5 games when Baltimore couldn't score. Matt Stover. Matt, Adam Shine, you know Rod Woodson, London Fletcher, the Ravens fans here live at Jackson Square, all pumped up you're here. Boy, you were automatic offense, the only offense for the Baltimore Ravens during that stretch.
49 consecutive points to say that, Adam, and it was a great time. I remember the defense saying on 3rd down, just kick it. Don't even worry about going for it.
Time for you. It wasn't a great time for our defense.
Well, the defense would come, I think you were telling me a story the other day about how Shannon Sharp, he would come into the sauna with Rod and those guys, and they would say, all right, guys, how many points do we need? And they would say, 10, 13, 15 points. And defense would say, okay. And then the next thing you know, here it is. And
he would kick the points for us.
Did you feel more pressure because of that situation in Baltimore?
Well, when you're involved in the momentum of it, no, you're not. You really just go with it. It's your job. You don't think much about it as it's going on. When you look back, though, that's when you say, holy cow.
Interesting.
That was amazing. 49 consecutive points. We won 2 of those 5 games, dropped 3 of them, and that was our time to really bring our identity together. Don't you think, Rod?
It really was. I think, when you have something like that happen to a football team, we didn't split apart. It really rallied us together. And luckily for us, we had a kicker like Matt.
Matt, when you look at David Akers and the slump that he's on, missing 11 field goals during the regular season, missing his last field goal opportunity in the playoff game, what do you think his psyche is coming into this ball game?
Really what David's been dealing with right now is injury. He's had an injury. He's got a couple groins issues, some hernias, and that really creates an issue with regard to preparation. There's only so much kicking you can do. And it's like a golfer not being able to go out and really practice rounds and stuff. He's got to back up on his kicking, and then he's got to make sure that during the course of a game he's managing that pain well. And it does wear on you. Believe it or not, it's like a golfer with a bad wrist or a bad back. Over time, it just wears on you. Knowing David, though, the character that I know of him, he's going to come out, and I believe he'll have a good game. He's one of those guys that knows how to be a real player.
How important is it for him to make a kick early in this game from a confidence perspective?
Well, it's huge. I remember my last Super Bowl in Super Bowl 44 with the Colts when I was with him. Going out, first points of the game was a 38-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Huge opportunity for me just to, right? Because, a lot of us don't kick off. And I wasn't kicking off, so you don't get the initial adrenaline surge to relax, and I think that'll be a big piece of it.
I think we all think that the Super Bowl is an amazing matchup, and it's going to come down to a kick here, kick there, kick at the end. So you see the stats. Justin Tucker is a rookie, but he's been clutch. Who's got the edge?
Well, right now, Justin's got a lot of confidence. He's got a snapper and a holder that are playing a lot. He's not dealing with pain. He's out there. He's got a tremendous support staff around him. You've got 2 special teams coaches. You've got John Harbaugh. You've got Jerry Rosberg. And then you've got a kicking specialist, a guy named Randy Brown. Then you've got Sam Cook as a holder, and you've got Morgan Cox. Those guys are around this rookie and have allowed him to be able to be the player he is this year because he's got so much support around him.
But don't you think that David Akers, you said it's injury, but don't you think it's a psychological issue with him believing that if you don't believe you're going to make a kick before you step on there, or you're going to believe you're going to do something good, it's hard for make it to happen.
It's all about confidence.
Yes.
I think that we know preparation brings confidence. The better you prepare as an athlete, the more confident you are. And he's had some difficulty preparing for the game because he's had pain, he's had injury, so he's had to really back off of practice. And you know what? Just wears on you.
So going into this game, do you think that David Akers would want to be up there kicking a field goal to determine the outcome of this ball game?
Knowing David, yes, because I know his character. He's just give me the ball, coach. Because if you're a kicker and you don't want the ball, don't go out there on the field. And I'm sure during the course of when Billy Cundiff was on their roster, he secured the coaching staff with his mentality that he really wants the ball, and they gave him the opportunity to go out there in the NFC Championship game. Even though he missed a kick, he can't wait for the next one.
When a coach calls timeout and, quote-unquote, ices the kicker, is that good or bad? Does that help the kicker or hurt the kicker?
Depends on the guy. I enjoyed it because Rod and I were in the league when the fields were really, really bad. And when the fields are an opportunity to go out and check your turf out. If you can get that done and give yourself a little bit more time to line up the putt, per se, it gives you a better opportunity to make the field goal. I know that there's so many guys out there that enjoy the icing, because it just allows that extra moment to take a deep breath, not hurry, and go out and execute the field goal.
Matt, you've been doing some amazing stuff, and tell us what you're doing with the Players Philanthropy Fund.
Well, the Players Philanthropy Fund is a great platform. It's a donor-advised fund for pro athletes. So instead of these guys creating their own private foundations and really messing things up, such as their brand or not filing tax returns or not, what they can do is they can go out and raise funds. They can continue to go out and gift their own money into the donor-advised fund called the Players Philanthropy Fund. And then through that, they're able to direct where the funds go. It's really clean. It's really easy. You can go on my website, playersphilanthropyfund.org. And the reason I created it is because I've utilized one in my career, guys, and it made things so much easier for me and took the financial responsibility away. And therefore, all the guys were able to, Ed Reed's in there right now, Ben Grubbs, Pam Shriver from the Tennis Association. We're all in there, and we're able to use the funds and direct them in the right way.
Good.